Cartel, my people, my babies, my dogs, what's going on with y'all boys, man? You already know what time it is, man. It's your boy Golden Ghost, and welcome back to the Golden Ghost Cartel Do Vivid Boy. And today I have something pretty special for you guys today. As you guys know, Dead or Alive 6 Last Round is on the horizon. We're about 3 months away at this point from the game being released. The game releases in late June. And with that being the case, we've seen a lot of content. We've seen posts on Twitter and we've seen YouTube videos regarding as to what Dead or Alive 6 Last Round needs to be successful. In the midst of all this outcry, as far as like what we need, what we feel should happen, what we feel shouldn't be in the game, what we feel should be in the game, so far we haven't heard anything. We haven't heard anything from the devs at Dead or Alive, that being Team Ninja, Koei Tecmo. We haven't heard anything from these guys. It just leaves a lot up to speculation because we just simply don't know. We just don't know what's gonna come. The only thing that we know for certain is that we have a new map that's coming, but we have no Mai, no Kula because of licensing issues. That's understandable. We're not going to be sitting here begging for them back if you can't restore the license. And no crossplay, which is already a big hit to Dead or Alive 6 Last Round. It's already a big hit to it because fighting games normally come out, and normally when they come out, and especially nowadays, the expectation is to have crossplay and to have rollback. You already got confirmation that there's no crossplay, so people are kind of just up in the air on rollback because they haven't said nothing. Now that doesn't mean that they don't have rollback. That doesn't mean that they do have rollback. We just simply don't know. And as long as we don't know, you know, we're just kind of left with that, you know, we're kind of left with just with our arms up in the air trying to figure it out. Additionally, there has been a couple content creators that aren't even from here, bro. They're like from different sides. They're like from different games, different communities that are weighing in on this topic, weighing in on what we're doing and stuff, and basically saying that we're not making enough noise, we're not doing enough to get the devs' attention to get these things put into 6 Last Round, so that way it doesn't come out to feel like a cash grab, you know, because that's one thing that a lot of people who are kind of looking at it from the outside are kind of taking it. They're saying that this is a cash grab because if they don't add nothing to it, they're just taking it away from it, then yeah, it's gonna feel like that, you know. But then that leads to question, what can we do that we haven't already been doing? We've made our videos, we made our posts, we've tagged Team Ninja, Koei Tecmo multiple times. What can we do? I think I have a Hail Mary play that I want to do. This may work, this may not work, but we won't know if we try. So let's try it together. But first, Golden Ghost Cartel. To Team Ninja and Koei Tecmo, we hope this message finds you well. We are writing as passionate members of the Dead or Alive community, players who have supported this franchise for years through competition, content creation, and continued engagement. First and foremost, we want to express our appreciation for the work that has gone into Dead or Alive 6. The game has introduced meaningful changes to the series, including new mechanics, an updated visual direction, and efforts to broaden accessibility. These steps demonstrated a willingness to evolve, and we respect that greatly. As a dedicated community, we believe that there is still significant untapped potential in Dead or Alive 6 that could be realized through the Last Round update. Our goal is to help create a more stable and enjoyable experience for both casuals and high-level players. Below are some of the most important and specific requests from the community. Improved netcode. The current delay-based netcode makes high-level play inconsistent, as many interactions do not function as intended. While rollback netcode would be ideal, we understand the implementation limitations if it was not planned early in development. At minimum, a significant improvement to the existing netcode is absolutely necessary to support a healthy online player base. Lobby system improvements. When a lobby host leaves, the lobby should persist by transferring host privileges, as it did in previous titles such as Dead or Alive 5. In Dead or Alive 6, lobbies frequently close when hosts leave, sometimes even mid-session, which disrupts play and discourages continued engagement. Lobby stability fixes. The lobby system requires stability improvements. Players often encounter issues where matches fail to start after character and stage selection. resulting in infinite loading screens. These situations force players to close the application, sometimes leading to prolonged standoffs where neither player wants to quit. Addressing these issues will significantly improve the online experience. Content direction. As new characters, stages, and costumes are introduced, it is important to maintain the identity of Dead or Alive. The series has always appealed to both casual and competitive audiences, blending strong gameplay with stylized character design and fan service. We trust that future content will respect this balance, remaining expressive and true to the series while reinforcing its identity as the fighting game portion of the IP. Break blow adjustments. The current break blow mechanic includes both sabaki or parry properties and a guard break advantage. Removing these properties will create a healthier competitive environment and reduce frustration, making the mechanic feel less oppressive. Break gauge meter tuning. Meter gain is currently too fast, allowing players to repeatedly access powerful mechanics within a single round. Slowing meter gain would encourage the more thoughtful and strategic usage of this mechanic. Break hold usage. Break hold currently covers high, mid, and low attacks, making it overly universal. A healthier balance would involve removing one level, specifically the low hold, so it cannot be used as a catch-all defensive option. Sidestep adjustments. Sidestepping should not cost meter. A return to Dead or Alive 5 sidestep system would be highly beneficial, including access to multiple follow-up options such as different strikes and throws such as 6T. Expanding these options with things such as knockback and stun variations would deepen gameplay. Additionally, sidesteps will maintain their effectiveness against linear attacks. Break gauge system changes. Matches should begin with 0 meter rather than starting with a half-filled gauge. Additionally, break hold should cost 3 bars instead of 2. These changes will reduce over-reliance on the defensive mechanics early in a round and improve match pacing at higher levels. Ground game improvements. The current ground system limits its offensive options. Opponents can remain grounded with minimal risk unless specific setups are used. Adjusting this so a single low attack can force a grounded opponent to stand will create more consistent offensive opportunities and improve the overall flow of gameplay without reverting entirely to Dead or Alive 5's ground system. Complete launch experience. It is extremely important that any updated version of the game launches as a complete experience. This includes fully functional online modes, lobbies and ranked included, as well as any planned offline content. Previous releases have suffered from missing features at launch, such as absence of lobbies in both Dead or Alive 6 and the PC version of Dead or Alive 5 Last Round, which negatively impacted player retention and long-term growth. Community engagement initiatives. We strongly encourage the return of community-driven content initiatives, such as costume design contests and opportunities for community artists and musicians to contribute to the game. These features previously strengthened the connection between the developer and the player base and help foster long-term engagement. While features like tag mode or tournament mode would be welcome, we understand that not all legacy content may be feasible. Our primary focus is on creating a stable, balanced, and engaging experience that can support both competitive play and casual enjoyment. Dead or Alive has always stood out for its fast-paced gameplay, deep mechanics, and unique identity. The community remains passionate and ready to support the franchise. With the right refinements, Dead or Alive 6 has the potential to thrive and reach the audience that it deserves. Thank you for your time, your work, and your continued dedication to the Dead or Alive series. Sincerely, the DOA community. Now, what I just read to you is more than just any old video script. This is a Google Doc, and not just any Google Doc. No, this isn't just anything that I made this specifically as a direct message to Team Ninja and Koei Tecmo, and I took it even a step further. I took it upon myself to not only reach out to other individuals within the community. I reached out to legendary people in the community, high-level players within the community, even casuals in the community, to get their input and things that they will want to make sure that this was as not only as thorough as possible, but as professional as possible, to basically name out majority of the things that people are asking for. Not only did I do all that, but I also, as you guys can see, I have this translated into Japanese. I want this to be as not only as polite as possible, but I want it to be to where all possible parties are able to read and comprehend this. Now, what is the purpose of me doing all this? Well, with this being a Google Doc, it only makes sense if I send it to the people that it needs to get to, right? Easier said than done, considering that they don't really have public emails that anybody can just submit their stuff to. But I have a couple solutions, starting with the contact support form. This is Koei Tecmo's contact support form, which I use Team Ninja's website to get direct access to this. So we're going to use this as an opportunity to send our message across. Now, obviously, I can't just put a whole Google Doc link in the thing expecting to click on it. So instead, I decided to also turn this into a PDF file. No EDP. So yes, we have our PDF right here. Covers all the exact same things that I talked about, in both in Japanese and in English. So that way, if you're in English, you can understand it in English, and if you're in Japanese, or if you're understanding in Japanese, have it in the kanji. You know, I don't want no stone to be unturned when I do this. All right, so you guys see, got DOA6 Last Round up there. They asked me for my PC specs. I'm not really too sure what that's about. And then the game version, even though DOA6 Last Round isn't out yet, but I decided to go ahead and not only add the PDF, but do my due diligence with making a message. So before dropping the PDF, so there's no guarantee that anything will even change from this being sent, but I feel like this is the only other real option that we have as far as like making sure that our word gets out there. Like I said, I've done everything I could to make sure that this was as professional as possible. So hopefully this doesn't cause any issues. And thereon, all that's really left to do is submit it, man. There it is. Our message has been sent. But hold on, because we're not done yet. This is coming to you guys from the next day. Nice little update for you guys. Before I went to bed, and before I basically closed out OBS and shut everything down, I decided that there was one more person that needed to see this and needed to get their hands on this and could potentially get this to the people that it needs to get to. I hit up the community manager for Dead or Alive. Now it's crazy because there's quite a few people that don't even know that Dead or Alive has a community manager, let alone not knowing who the community manager is. That person would be Master. Master as in the Hayabusa player that was known as the Hayabusa, the one that basically stole the show for Dead or Alive 4 during his high level gameplay tenure. And the only reason why he stopped competing was off the simple fact this man was and still is a member of Team Ninja by the way of community manager. This goes for not only just DOA but also Ninja Gaiden, and I also believe Neo as well. So with that being the case, I decided to reach out and send this Google Doc to him and basically letting him know like, hey, I have a request. I recently took some of the discourse about what DOA6 Last Round needs, as well as asked some other figures within the community, and took all of this feedback and basically used that to create a professional letter to the developers that they can look at, put in both Japanese and English text. And I asked if he would be able to send it to where it needs to be seen. This was my response. Got you. I always try to share people's feedback, bug reports, and all other issues the community may have. Thank you for putting this together in this way. That said, I guarantee this will make it to the HQ in front of those that need to see it. But I cannot guarantee anything beyond that. I'm sure you understand and I appreciate you. So if you didn't understand that, translation, this message by Master's word is 100% going to be seen by the people that need to see it. Now, whether they act on the request of these changes, we don't know. We don't know if any of the requests that I had will even be worked on. But we know for fact and for certain, by taking Master's word for it, which I believe that Master is a very trustworthy individual. I have no reason to believe that he wouldn't. I have no reason to not take his word. The people that need to see this are going to see this. The Team Ninja developers, the ones at HQ, they're going to take a look at this. And for that, Master, if you ever see this video, thank you oh so much. And appreciate you for all you do. That being said, that's all I have for this video, man. But this is very important. A very important Hail Mary, a very important message to the developers to get Last Round to a state to where it can be enjoyed by the amount of people that it deserves to be enjoyed by. That's all I got for you guys today, man. If you guys enjoy this type of content, y'all want to see more, don't forget to leave a like, comment, share with your friends, all that good stuff, man. And as always, subscribe for some more from the Golden Ghost Cartel, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Deuces.